Hey friends, we're back with this fun series where we're introducing you to awesome community members that are participating in the Human Race 2020, which is now virtual. Our sponsors have been amazing and have stood by us as we've been pivoting and trying to make this work for a virtual race and really fun live program on the 20th. Please tune in, you'll get to see more of these amazing sponsors. So today we have Atticus from Truliant. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what do you do there? What is your role?
Sure. My name is Atticus Simpson, and I'm the Director of Community and Government Affairs at Truliant. I've been there for about a year and a half. It's a new position for the credit union, so that's great. Nobody knows if I'm doing it wrong, but I think that we're doing it right. But basically, with a team of 3, we manage the relationships and community engagement and involvement activities out in the market that we serve, and then we also do advocacy work on behalf of Truliant, but then also the greater credit union movement.
Awesome. And you guys are growing quite a bit. I see a new location that's now open near Friendly Center and
yeah, we just got that open not too long ago, and so we have a member financial center there, but we also are housing our business services unit there. They were up on our Battleground location, which is actually also a new location. But we're really excited down at Friendly Center, given the location of where it is and the great branding opportunities we have there. We had plans to do a big grand opening, but with COVID, we're just having to put that on pause right now. But we're really excited about serving the members around that location. There's quite a bit of them, and that's our 4th location in Greensboro, and we look forward to continuing serving the Greensboro community. It's a really important community to us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's a perfect segue. This event is all about community. So tell us a little bit about the values that Truliant has and why participating in an event like this makes sense for you guys. Why sponsoring and supporting an event like this makes sense for you guys.
Yeah, sure. Well, Truliant's mission is to improve the lives of our members and to become their preferred financial institution. So a really key piece to that is getting involved in the community where our members live, work, play, and worship, particularly communities like Greensboro or just the whole Triad area. So we're really focused on learning the needs of our community and then finding ways that we can really get involved and engaged, get back in the community to meet the needs that are out there. And so we do that with specific programs that support our focus areas. And last year, we were pretty successful in that we invested a little over $500,000 into 30 communities across our footprint through community engagement and philanthropic activities that we feel like, hopefully make a difference, but they get us engaged in different ways. We do things like community grassroots level sponsorships like we're doing with you guys. We do that all across our market. We have a scholarship program that supports seniors going to college. We have a community mini grant program that funds programming and capacity building for our nonprofit friends. We have a financial education grants program. And then we also have a charitable contributions program that provides support, again, to our nonprofits throughout the year. And then another program I think is really important to mention and really aligns well with what you all do is our employee volunteer program. And that's a relatively new program for us. Last year was our first full year of it. It's the brainchild of Renee Shipko, who I think that and a lot of people in the Greensboro community know. But basically, we give our employees, full-time employees and part-time employees, a set number of hours that they can give back to community organizations of their choice. So our full-time employees get 16 hours, our part-time employees get 8 hours, and then they can choose what they want to do. And then at the end, we actually, for those employees who have done their hours, we will do a random drawing quarterly. And if they're selected, then we'll make a contribution to an organization of their choice. We also do that on an annual basis, and that contribution is a little bit larger. But I think last year, 2019, we had about 130 employees. It's about 17% of our workforce who participated and gave back about 1,100 hours. And if you put a monetary value on that, it's about $30,000 in comparable labor costs that save the schools and nonprofits that we've been supporting. So we're kind of proud of that. We feel like that aligns well with what you guys do.
Absolutely. Yes. We know Renee well. We strong arm her into being on many of our committees.
Yeah. Well, she's great. She's a great committee member, but she's a great worker, and she's been vital to what we're doing from a community engagement standpoint. And like I said, the volunteer program really is her brainchild, and it's really growing. And we're really proud of that.
Yes, you guys got a dream team over there.
Yeah, that's right. That's
yes.
right.
So these programs are amazing, and obviously, as a federal credit union, you have many programs that serve communities in a multitude of ways. Everybody's business is pivoting a little bit, and just how you're working, operations, how you're supporting your employees, how you're supporting your communities during this time. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so what are you guys doing to kind of pivot and keep everyone feeling supported, and to assist the footprint that you cover during something scary like COVID-19?
Yeah, I know it's been an interesting time, and it's definitely it's given us a lot of challenges we didn't quite expect, right? But I think that it's also producing a lot of opportunities for us, particularly on the community engagement side, where we are in place to be out in the community engaging in various ways. So we're just changing how we do that and doing things like the human race, even though it's in a digital format. I think that's something that is a good model, how types of things we do later, so we'll just have to see. But we have great leadership at Truliant, led by Todd Hall, who's our president and CEO. And they being our leadership has been very intentional in how we respond to COVID in ways that put the health and well-being of our member owners, including our employees, in the forefront. And so we have a large number of employees who are working from home now. I think it was around March 16th. We sent everybody, that was D-Day, we sent everybody home, and a really large percentage of our workforce went home to work. And we're starting to talk about bringing them back in a very slow, intentional, safe way, but that, we're in no hurry to do that. We've learned that we can actually be pretty productive in an online remote environment. And so that's been good. But we also have had a lot of our employees who have been facing hardships with a loss of income, secondary or even primary incomes from spouses and partners who have lost their jobs or just haven't been able to work as much. So one of the things that we've done is provided them a stipend. All of our employees, full-time employees at certain levels, did not include senior leadership, but we provided them stipends to help them sort of navigate some of the challenges that they've had. They also have been working really hard because given all the changes, our members have had a lot of needs. And so our employees have put a lot of time in, extra time to help. And so we felt like it was something we could do to help kind of reward them, but also help them navigate this. For our members, we've done things like skip-a-pay programs, loyalty loan programs, emergency loans, fee waivers. All of our loans have been very, very low interest. And then, of course, we got engaged in the payment protection program, the triple P, we like to say. And we've been able to help some of our business member owners with nearly 800 loans totaling more than $27 million. And most importantly, impacting the livelihoods of about 6,300 employees who have been benefiting from the programs. And those 6,300 employees aren't just, the bosses or the owners. They're the people who support the organizations who, a lot of them are people who would volunteer like for the human race. And so we feel like that's making a big difference across our footprint as well.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And congratulations. I think it takes true leadership to see that and to really kind of zoom out. How can we help everybody that we serve in the best way? And it is a wild time. And I've been saying, everyone's in the same storm, but we're not all in the same boat. So everybody
that's a great way to put it. And we, one of the things that we also did, we knew that a lot of our nonprofits have been dealt a really interesting, challenging card. And so one of the things that we have done, we have had some nonprofits who have been part of the Triple P initiative, but we also took our community mini grant program and we expedited that. So normally that's like a month-long process, if not two. We expedited that, cut the deadline in half, and we're able to get funds in the hands of it's about 50 nonprofit organizations a lot quicker than we normally would, because we knew that there was a real need for that. And so hopefully that has helped, the nonprofit world too, especially the ones in our communities who are so essential to helping us get through the pandemic.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I know that, just there's 75 nonprofits participating in this event alone. And, and they're all fundraising. And, we've heard the cry. We've heard them saying, we're nervous. We've been doing double the work with half the amount of volunteers, and we're going through our food pantries and our resources really, really quickly. And funding is of the essence. So I know that all of us coming together, amazing institutions like Truliant, and hopefully the human race and the community coming together and donating to these nonprofits, they really are serving the communities that need it most, especially in times like this. So
absolutely. I mean, the nonprofits that are benefiting from this race are the ones who are serving the people, like you said, that need it the most. And I'm sure you heard it before, a team should move as quickly as its slowest players. And I think some of that philosophy is here, and it's the nonprofits who are helping us sort of pick up those who are lagging to get them up to speed so we can all move forward. And without them, we really couldn't do it.
Absolutely. Well, do you guys have any success stories or any particular instances that have happened? I think we're all looking for some good news,
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's we all are really desperate for good news, and there's good news out there. One of the key tenets to the credit union philosophy is the whole idea of people helping people. And so that's what we are and what we do. And so we're really we are staying true to that principle and all the work that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. We had a campaign in May that we called just that, people helping people. And we went around and we fed essential workers in the Triad area. And that included law enforcement officers and included some of our friends at Novant, who I know they are also sponsors. So we helped to feed some of their folks. And then we also fed our employees, and that was just a small thing that we could do, maybe to provide a little bit of love and nourishment on days when that have been quite challenging. So that's one thing that we hope has brought some joy to people. We are a low-income designated credit union, and basically what that means is the majority of our members are within 80% of the median household income in the communities that we serve. I tell you that because we serve people who really need it the most, and providing them financial guidance. And they have some real challenges. And so we've had countless stories from members who have called in and were really distraught because of the loss of income. They still had expenses to ensure that they could, the well-beings of their family, right? And so you have to keep in mind that these folks are on their pathway to financial stability. And things like this can really disrupt that progress. So we've had members calling for help, and they didn't necessarily know all the things that we could do. So for example, we had a grandmother who needed to buy extra cleaning and medical supplies to ensure that her grandson, who has severe asthma, was not only healthy and safe, but also so he felt confident that the virus wasn't going to harm him. And so we were able to help her consolidate some of her debt to give her additional monies to do that. We also helped another member reduce his monthly debt by over $1,500, which helped him maintain food and shelter for his family. And then, of course, the whole PPP initiative, we've had business owners, several, who, with tears in their eyes, I mean, quite literally tears in their eyes, secure funding so they can maintain their business, which is their livelihood. But also help them get their employees back to work so they can pay their bills and get their businesses open and running to some degree of normalcy. So we have a lot of positive things happening on a daily basis that may not make the news because they happen on, at individual levels. But it has been rewarding to see what we can do to help improve people's lives during, a really challenging time.
That makes it all worth it, right? Like the long
Yes.
hours and thank you for sharing that. That's really amazing. I think, it is wild to try to navigate this. And, I've talked to people that had a crazy life event, like having a child or having a house burn down or something right before this happens. And it's just the way things line up. And I commend you guys for just treating every individual case like their family. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for serving our community. Thank you for sponsoring the human rights. We are
our
excited
pleasure
to have you guys continuing to stand by us alone but together.
That's right. We like that. No, that's good. It's what you all do is really consistent with our mission, bringing people together to improve people's lives. So it was an easy thing for us to do. And even though the format has changed, we're really glad to be able to support you guys in celebrating not only the volunteers who put on the digital race or the virtual race, but the people who are volunteering their time to raise money for the organizations. And then just what you all do as an organization to make sure that volunteers are in the right places at the right times to make a difference and an impact in our community. We appreciate what you all do, and we just appreciate the opportunity to be involved.
Thank you. I will relay that to the many that are in emergency response mode right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Is there anything else you want to add, or where you'd like to direct people to find out more information to get more involved in all of the many things that you guys offer?
Sure, absolutely. Whether you are a nonprofit looking for support, or an individual looking for some financial institution that can help you on your pathway to financial security, or if a small business that needs some support, Truliant is a great place to come and talk. We're not going to sell you anything that you don't need. Hopefully what you've heard from me is that we try to involve the community in ways that meets the needs of what people have, whether that's on an individual basis, a business basis, or just a large community basis. But if you go to truliantfcu.org or truliant.org, or do a Google search for Truliant, then you will be easily led to our website, where there's a lot of information there, including a really easy way to make a direct contact with someone, either on the phone or you can make an appointment at one of our branches. We're still having people come into the branches, but it's by appointment only. But either way, we're here to help and help people whatever they need help with, and we're glad to have the opportunity to do that.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Again, thanks for your continued support. And we'll see everyone live on the 20th.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go racing.